Hello, everybody. Um, so long time no see. I mean, I can't see you anyway, so I don't know why I said that. But so what if if you've been on this channel before and you know me, I like watching a lot of old. I like watching a lot of old things. I watch a lot of old movies. Um, I like to watch a lot of old TV shows, especially westerns. I love westerns. Um, and one of the westerns that I really like is The Rifleman. Um, I love The Rifleman. I just love the premise of it, and if you know me, I don't. When Johnny Crawford died, that 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 broke my heart. If you know me, then if you know me personally, I don't think I've ever said it before, but I don't. I have Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook a lot. I mean, I even had a Facebook and then I deleted it, and then a few years later I created it again, but I still don't go on it. But I even posted something about Johnny Crawford when he died, and so yeah, that's how much. Um, the death of Johnny Crawford, who played Mark McCain. There's Lucas McCain, who's the father, and there's Mark McCain, who's the son. Um, yeah, so I even donated to Johnny Crawford's GoFundMe um, because he had Alzheimer's, and it was only $10, but that made me feel good um, because I love Johnny Crawford and I love the Rifleman. But yeah, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Um, so like, I've watched all episodes of the 5 seasons of Rifleman. If you don't know about the Rifleman, it's just about a single. He's a single father. He's one of the first single fathers on television. Um, he is raising a kid. I think in the beginning, in the beginning of season 1. Mark was 10 years old. Um, and he's a Civil War veteran. And this is around the 1870s to 1880s. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They never really say in particular what the date is, what the year is. I mean, obviously you can assume because all westerns are usually in the 19th century. Um, late 1800s, 1860 to, because Bonanza started in the 1860s, 1863, I believe, was the first episode for Bonanza. And so I think they're in the 1870s because obviously slavery is not present at all. Um, so, cause, so, what I like about, um, what I like about the Rifleman is that, yeah, so I've seen it since from first. I've seen all of the episodes from the first episode from season 1 to the last episode of season 5, like multiple times. So, I've noticed as I'm rewatching it, Lucas McCain in The Rifleman is like Goku in Dragon Ball Z. And and I mean this because it's just like I feel like Lucas is I feel like, oh, the good thing about it, like the characters in the show was like you have Micah Torrance, you have, I forget the name of the blacksmith, he's there, and um and you have various women throughout the the season's main women who are like in the focus of Lucas, but they don't really count because they're not really what I'm talking about. Like, you have the whole town basically backs him up. Like, well, not the whole town, but he's very respectable, and he's a very trusted member of the town. Even though he technically doesn't live in town, he lives on a ranch outside of town. Um, but he's a very respected person throughout the whole series, and the town members respect him, and they hang on every word he says. He's even part of the Cattle Ranch Association, so and he gets people. I know, like, a lot of times, sometimes, like, outlaws can come in and they can threaten the town, and they can and like a lot of people are scared, and so some people don't want to fight, and he's like the only person that wants to fight, especially especially Micah Torrance, who's he wants to fight too, obviously, because he's a sheriff and that's his job. And like, that's also one of the things I like about um the Rifleman, is because like in shows like Bonanza or Big Valley, the sheriff is just the sheriff, and the sheriff does his job, but the sheriff is just like not really present throughout most of it, and like, as until it gets like really bad, like then the sheriff would come in. But um I mean, and there are some episodes on Bonanza where the 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 sheriff is there most of the time, but not all the time. Um, so I really like that because the sheriff is featured a lot, and he does his job, and he's like, the sheriff is right there, and the sh- obviously he's the best. He's Lucas's best friend, so he's there, and so Lucas he basically has the town has Lucas's back, and Lucas has their back. Even when sometimes they're scared, he convinces them to fight for themselves. And but at the end of the day, Lucas is always he always has the last say, like Goku. And I remember this episode. I forget what it's called, but it had Lon Chaney Jr. He was in prison. Um, he was in jail with Wait, Micah is not a sheriff. He's a marshal. I'm sorry. um, he was in the marshal's jail, um, and there were also people coming after him. There were also his Lon Chaney's friends were coming for him. So yeah. So the blacksmith, I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why, but like when I watch the show, then I remember his name. Um, he was they all stepped up. They all did their part in like keeping Lon Chaney locked up, even when his friends were on the loose trying to get him out. And at the end of the day, Lucas was the one who killed them all. But like, if he didn't have his friends backing him up, he wouldn't be standing for another episode. So and then that reminded me of the episode where the Saiyans come. Um, like it was over a period of episodes on Dragon Ball Z where the Saiyans come, and Raditz comes, and Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, and everyone else come together. The Z Fighter just come together, and they take out Nappa, and they take out Raditz, and then well, actually, you know what? Goku dies, so that's probably not a good thing. But like, there's a lot of there. But the thing is about Dragon Ball Z. is that obviously the Z Fighters have Goku's back, and the Z Fighters have Goku's back, and then Goku delivers the last blows. They're always just like, wait until Goku comes, because they know that they're not as powerful as Goku, even though some of them are still salty, even because they don't want to admit it. But yeah, they know Goku is going to deliver the final blow and help, but Goku knows that he needs his friends, and he's going, and I think in Goku, he turned everyone, basically I feel like everyone on the in the Z Fighters was basically against him except Gohan and technically Trunks, were against him, but he somehow convinced all of them that there was good inside of them, and so then they joined up with him. I mean, Vegeta's obviously the biggest one, because like and yeah, so Lucas McCain is basically Goku, um, and that's all I wanted to say. Bye.